Hello, it's Wednesday the 7th. I'm FxPlew and this is the Market Brief. Now, Swati Dhingra has been on. She's the most dovish member of the MPC and she was the only one to vote for a rate cut at the last meeting. She has warned that the Bank of England is underplaying the economic risks of keeping rates higher for longer than is necessary. Given the time that it would take for a rate cut to work through the economy, she believes that the risks of a rate cut right now are very low indeed. The middle ground view of the MPC is that where inflation is now falling, a rate cut would risk a flare-up and jeopardise the progress that we've seen so far. And then we have Catherine Mann. She's the arch hawk of the MPC and she is due on tomorrow. She voted for a rate hike at the last meeting and she's expected to reiterate her hawkish view about the inflationary risk, where policy should be more aggressive until inflation is much closer to their 2% target. Over in the US, the Fed won't be cutting rates anytime soon. Growth remains pretty solid and inflation is on the way down. We'll get an update of both those data points next week. Last week's payrolls data for January was very strong in its own right, and where the December data was revised higher, there is now little reason to doubt the January data or indeed expect a significant downward revision next time around. So no pressure for the Fed then. Happy days. Trump's re-election efforts took a bit of a knock yesterday when a US court ruled that he does not have immunity from prosecution. The court concluded that where his efforts to overturn the 2020 election took place after the results had been declared, dear old Donald was no longer president, and therefore dear old Donald no longer enjoyed immunity from prosecution. However, before you pop open the tango and spray that around in celebration, should Trump win the election, he could just instruct the Department for Justice to drop the case. So much of this depends on when the Supreme Court can hear Trump's appeal. Keep that tango on ice for the time being. Meanwhile in the market, the dollar took a bit of a breather yesterday. Sterling rallied to about 126.05 against the dollar, and the dollar index corrected down to a low of about 104.15. We kick off this morning from around 126.10 against the dollar. We're 117.15 against the euro, and euro dollar is around 107.65 on the open this morning. That's it from me. Have a great day.
If you do not have a clue, then just tweet through and ask FxPlew.